Nigeria economy. Orji Kalu hails Tinubu for ignoring IMF World Bank recommendation. When did you ignore it? You know how many times people have borrowed from IMF and World Bank? Now you want to be ignoring their recommendations. Oh, we hear you. The chairman, Senate Committee on Privatization, Orji Kalu, has commended President Bola Tinubu for ignoring policy prescriptions of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund (IMF). It is not that they are ignoring. The fuel subsidy, who advised them? It's not the same World Bank. The floating of the naira, who advised president? Is it not them? Just so that he can borrow money. Do you know how much Tinubu has borrowed from IMF and World Bank? Running to millions dollars that they have borrowed. Now you want to be ignoring their recommendations. Now Sabi. He gave the commendation following the Tinubu government decision to overhaul the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries. The Abia North senator also cited the stability of the exchange rate as a deviation from the World Bank and IMF prescription. He said Nigeria wouldn't have recorded its current level of progress if the president had accepted the monetary and economic packages of the two global financial institutions. Kalu, are you not telling us that the president has not collected money from IMF before and World Bank? You people think that we are gullible in this country? Because I don't understand. Who are you lying to? Why are you deceiving? You are deceiving yourself. He has borrowed a whole lot of money from IMF and World Bank. Do you know how much they've given him? Do you know how much we are owing in this country? You are saying that he ignored. He did not accept. Be lying there to yourself. Kalu, according to a statement by his media office, stated this yesterday at the Arochukwu local government country home of Chief Sunday Ogwa, who hosted him. He explained that Tinubu's economic reforms, such as the petrol subsidy removal, the liberalization of the foreign exchange system, the deregulation of the country's petroleum downstream sector, the tax reform bills, and other policies were the best for the nation. Kalu said Nigeria's economic problems stem from indigenous factors which required homegrown macro-fiscal reforms, which the president had already deployed to stimulate the economic growth and development which the nation is beginning to witness. You are the only one witnessing it. Kalu, it's only you and your family that is witnessing the growth and development. He said President Tinubu removed subsidy on oil, which former President Olusegun Obasanjo refused to do, and enmeshed the exchange rate. We need to redefine governance models in Africa and some third world countries. The removal of fuel subsidy and floating of naira has put us in serious hardship. Serious hardship. You are saying former President Tinubu Obasanjo refused to do it. Buhari, was it not an APC president? Did he remove it? Why didn't you mention Buhari's name? You are going all the way to Obasanjo. I beg you, let's hear word. We must not accept all the recommendations of the World Bank and IMF, but you accepted some. It is not that you don't want to accept all. Most of them are wrong. I hear you. We must use homegrown policies to solve our economic problems because the majority of our problems are caused by local issues. The kind of decisions Tinubu has been taking are the ones no precedent in the history of this country dared to implement, and that's why we are in this soup. That's why we are in this soup now. But we all know deep within ourselves that those decisions are inevitable if we truly want to prosper as a nation, Kalu noted. To buttress his position, Kalu cited the downward trend in the prices of petrol, describing it as a sign that the president's reforms were beginning to yield results. Kalu expressed optimism that there would be reduction in prices of other goods and services, saying, I know times are hard, you know, I don't think you know, but let's be optimistic. Now so, that's why you keep telling us to be optimistic, to endure, to be patient. Can you remember how much the price of fuel and diesel were months ago and compare it to what the price is today? What is the price? So you tell us. Kalu, tell us now. All other inflated prices will come down. I'm telling you the truth. Today, the Warri refinery has not worked for over 20 years, has started working halfly. It is working. People are lying that we've started exporting. Like Felix Moka said, I don't know why people are exporting when Nigerians are still suffering. What are you people exporting? People are just a bunch of liars. People lie too much. Kalu further cited an instance of how the Asian tigers, Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, and Hong Kong ignore the IMF, World Bank economic packages, but yet have continued to record progress in their economies. It is now that people want to ignore IMF. It is now that you want to ignore IMF. Did you ignore them before? Have you not borrowed money from them? You are owing them money. You say you want to ignore IMF. Oh, the lawmaker urged youth not to shy away from the democratic process to the election of charlatans into elective offices. He said the Asian tigers jettisoned the IMF and World Bank, but today we can see how they have progressed. Politicians must work very hard to sustain democracy because democracy is good for everyone, but we must participate in democracy. Before you people ignore IMF and World Bank, I hope that people have returned all the money that you borrowed from them. Return everything. Return it before you ignore them, because you did not ignore them before. It is now that you want to ignore them. If you want to ignore them, make sure that you have paid all the money that you borrowed from them, so that wahala will not start in the country, please. I challenge young people to stand up for democracy. Challenger. If you don't participate, you allow idiots to be elected, then it will no longer be interesting. Oh, like the one that is there now, Abi. Kalu. Like the one that called him an idiot. He restated instance for a shift in Nigeria's economic strategy via regional competition as a key driver for growth, using China as an example. Kalu called for a commitment on both the government and the people. He said, "We cannot be successful and develop without putting in the work on both sides, the government and the people, as Nigeria is today. We cannot develop unless we engage in competition." Who are you competing with? China is said not to value human rights, but they have been growing annually at 10% for the last 35 years. You want to compete with China? Is that what you are saying? Don't try it too. Don't even compare us to China at all. Patrick Yabidu says it's about time we stop accepting the IMF and World Bank prescription of economic policy, as they are not intended to help us grow as a nation. Very big kudos to Mr. President for that great courage. Okay now. Okay, Chijioke Nwokedi says, why did he take their loan then? Exactly. Why did you collect loan from them if you know that you're not going to accept their recommendations to you? It's not better that you, the same way you want to ignore them, you should have ignored the loan that they borrowed you. And now we are owing money, you now want to ignore them. Pay their money back, if you are going to ignore them. Pay them back. Uche L1 says, fuel subsidy removal and devaluation of the Naira were two evil policies this government got from IMF and World Bank. Exactly. They got it from IMF. They didn't ignore them then. Now they want to ignore. Return their money if you want to ignore. That is just it. That is just it. Munachi says, hope Nigeria is not owing them. We are owing them more. We are owing them. It's not even millions, it's billions of dollars. That's what we are owing IMF. So they better know what they are doing. This sounds over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.